We are here with the start of Season 4. We have kept our job at Dagenham and Redbridge due to a new board coming in, I suppose. And so let's look at the moves we have made and get ready for the start of this season. Hey there, it's Mike. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 1 of Up the Ladder. We are here at Dagenham and Redbridge, our second club in this save, and we will look at a bunch of the moves that we have made leading up into our first game of the season, which we will also play. So, as we look at the transfer history, we're looking at last season because all the signings you make at the end of the season before the game turns over ends up as your previous season signings. So that's where we are at. The signings that we've made, Ruben Davies was the last signing I made and told you about in camera. It was before the end of the season. Since then, we have a bunch of free transfers. We've brought in Adam Cameron, a 21-year-old goalkeeper. Our current goalkeeper, Justin, is 33 years old, so we need to get some youth in that goalkeeping position. He's got 2 current ability, potentially a 3.5 star goalkeeper to tell us, and doesn't say us. They comes to us, yes, okay, from Bristol Rovers, from Skybet League 1. Haven't yet to make appearance. He will likely not really appear for us this season either, as we look to loan him out. So that's one for the future. Another one for the future, Joe Snowdon, a 19-year-old Englishman, 2 current ability, potentially a 4.5 star ability. He comes to us from Leeds. He is the one long-term plan, which is we would prefer not to play with Leeds. So yes, he comes to us from Leeds, and he may feature in the side if we get injuries to some of our other starters, but he is also out for loan. Mitchell Curry is one that we had made just after the transfer window, near the end of the season, so he didn't officially join until July when the window opened again, and that he did. He is a attacking midfielder, right, or could also play a striker. In fact, I might start playing as a striker. He is 3.5 ability, potential 4.5 ability, 24-year-old Englishman. He comes to us from Sunderland. He's made appearances in the Vanarama North with Gateshead, where he had 7 appearances and 1 goal. So he comes with a little bit of experience to us, and should improve our attacking options up front. And finally, before the new transfer window ticked over, we signed Evan Press, a 23-year-old Welshman, central defender, 3 current ability, 4 potential ability, good 6'1", decent bravery, pretty good heading. He plays a central defense or midfield, and he will probably play a little bit of both with that versatility. He comes to us from Bury in the Welsh Premier League. Made 30 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists, 2 player of the match performances. Quite a handy player for us to step in, and he will step into the first team. Those are the signings we made at the end of the season. We'll let my face disappear for a second here as we show you some of the players who have left us. So Joey Jones, the 29-year-old Irishman, left for the Crusaders. I don't even know what league that is. Crusaders, the Dutch league, I think. He didn't appear. He made 2 appearances for us last year. Didn't really feature too much in our squad. He was getting older, and so he has moved on a free transfer. The bigger one that we moved on was Mitch Brundle, our center midfielder. We sold him to Lincoln. He just wasn't particularly great for us last season. He did make 40 appearances with 6 goals, 3 assists, 3 player of the match performances, but he was kind of all over the place, and he wanted to move to Lincoln anyway, so we sold him, brought him in for free a while ago, sold him for $41.5 thousand profit. And finally, Matt Robertson. Robinson wanted to leave, 29-year-old. We just let him go on a free signing. He was on loan for us last season out at Dartford, and he goes to Wealdstone now who got relegated last season from the National League and goes down into the South. Where he will play down there. I'm popped back up in the corner here to show you the good chunk of signings that we made since then. What 8 other people we have brought in. First, we brought in Christopher Mandela John, a 26-year-old Englishman, for our central defense. 6'2", great strength, and he's still pretty quick as well. Good bravery and pretty good heading in there to be a good aerial presence in our back and be a threat on our corner kicks going forward. He comes to us from Bradford City, where he made the 1 appearance. 15 appearances total for them before now moving on to us. So he comes with some experience as well. We also brought in 28-year-old Jack McCourt. Obviously the club has removed in their vision signing players under the age of 23, and we just needed some better quality in depth, and so we brought in a little bit of some older players in that sense. He's at 3 current ability, and that's about what he is going to be for us. And the ball-winning midfielder, he's pretty decent at free kick taking, I think, in comparison to the rest of our squad as well. So he'll be standing over those as well. He comes to us from Chesterfield, who he had struggles against last season. He made 36 appearances, having a goal, 4 assists, and a 6.73 rating. So he's been with them for a few years, and now he moves over to us to help hopefully push us up. Sam Nicholson is one for the future, left back, 2 current ability, potentially a 4-star ability, 20-year-old Englishman who comes to us from Barnsley, and he has some pretty good pace and stamina. Not the greatest in crossing, though, but he's still young, so it's something he can work on. But he should be able to get up and down that left side, pretty well. We have also brought in Jonathan Rowe, a 20-year-old Jamaican, to play on the left-hand side. He is a 3.5 current ability with potential 5-star ability for us. Great acceleration and agility as well, some pace and stamina. We lacked pace in the side, and we have started picking up some more pace with some of these signings. He comes to us from Norwich, where he only made 1 appearance for them in the last few years. So I'm excited about him. He's injured right now, so he won't be starting for us at the moment, but he will make his way into the side. Ryan Austin is a 21-year-old Welshman. For some reason is right in the under 18s where he's too old. He's got 2 current ability, potentially a 4.5 star ability. Center back, 6'4", could work at being more brave and better heading in the air, but he's got a good reach and he's got pretty good pace for being 6'4" as well. He's kind of more of a backup player. He comes to us from Wrexham, where he didn't make an appearance, but he had a season over in Wales where he made 28 appearances with 3 goals. So he could be a set piece threat as well. Austin Steele will slot into our central midfield starting 11. He's got great stamina, makes good decisions, great first touch, long shots, passing. He's going to be quite a good player for us at only 20 years old. 3.5-star current ability, a potential 5-star ability, really good pickup for us. And he comes to us from Crystal Palace, where he didn't make an appearance, being only 20 years old, but he's an exciting pickup. He also will not be starting it right away because he also got injured in the preseason. Ollie Dyson is another one of our signings, 23-year-old Englishman, 3 ability, 3.5 potential ability, attacking left midfield. He will look to move him out on loan right now, as we have Darling and Rowe that are going to be playing in those positions most likely. He comes to us from York in the North League below us, where he made 46 appearances, had 6 goals and 5 assists, so he has had a few good seasons with them at York. Before now, we have been able to pick him up, and we will look to loan him out as well. But he should be a handy little player. I think I've had him in a save of mine before, and he was pretty good before he decided he wanted to move on from the team I was managing. I can't remember who it was, though. And finally, our only transfer is Marcus Denenga. A little bit disappointed in the scouting team for this one. They had said he was going to be a 4-3-3 3.5, 4, and he's ended up being a 3 with 3.5 potential, but he's a striker to bring some more depth in there. He comes to us for $6,000 from Mansfield, who made a little bit of a profit off of him. He made 24 appearances for them with 4 goals and an assist. So, I mean, not great. But he is, I guess, a little bit of depth for us there. He also plays on the wings, so he gives us a little options on the bench that he doesn't just have to be subbed in as a striker. He can be subbed in out on the wings if we need as well. I mean, if we look at his stats, he's supposed to have good finishing, which is what really drew me to him, a decent acceleration and pace. So maybe he'll turn out to be better than we would have thought. So as we prep for our season here in the Vanarama National League again, and if we look at the season preview, we are predicted, we went down. At the start of the season, we were predicted to be 8th. It moved me up to like 5th, and now it's moved us down to 9th, I guess, with some of what other people have been doing, perhaps. But so they predict us to be 9th here. Maidenhead, Dulwich Hamlet, and our old rivals over at Chorley Fylde are promoted up. Chorley's predicted to finish in 19th this year. And then Mansfield and Barnet were relegated down. Boreham Wood was promoted, and they're already predicted to be finished in 5th. So we do say, it does say we're going to finish 9th here, but when I looked earlier at here, this had higher. It says at 5th position there is what on our club info one. It says we don't have anyone in the Dream 11. Loft is in there, who caused us lots of trouble last year. Key players, we do have Jonathan Rowe and Ado Antoine, who we extended his loan on the left back, so we just didn't have any strong options on left back there. A couple of Chorley players, Dixon, I signed Dixon for them. And I think that's it for the 2 that we have in there. So we will see how this season goes. As we look at our club vision for this season, work within the payroll budget. They want a top half finish this year, reach the first round of the FA Cup and the semi-final in the FA Trophy. My contract expires at the end of this year. Repair the club's financial damage. We've passed that. We've gotten us out of the red by a little bit here, and we continue to be under transfer budget, and we just have a really large squad right now too, because I haven't been able to move some of the people that I want to move. So we have 26 because we're not counting the trial that we have on right now that we might sign actually as some more goalkeeping depth, but 26 in the squad right now. So a decent side, but there's some people that we would like to move on. Probably trying to get rid of Deering because he doesn't really feature in our side. Nicholson is out for loan, so there'll be some loanees as well that we'll be looking to get. I think actually Deering's probably actually the only one that I have been looking to get rid of. Striker, we could get rid of Wilson. He's 30 years old here. Or McCallum, either one of them if someone comes in for them. Neither of them are wanted. Sagaf's wanted by Crawley right now, which I would be open to selling him, but that is about it. So that is what the transfers look like so far. We'll see if anything else comes. Again, Vanarama National League, the transfer window doesn't close until like near the end of the season, the last few weeks of the season. So we could sign people all throughout. So, but I tend not to do that a whole lot. For the sake of dynamics, we do have a good team cohesion despite the amount of people we've brought in. Good atmosphere right now and good support right now for me as well. And I'm well through, probably by November, I think I should have my Continental A license, which should open us up for some different jobs. I will show you here that we are studying for the Continental A license. We got a star and a half of reputation at the moment. 33 years old. And some of our attributes were more of a tactical and pretty even along attacking and defending there for our stats. That is what we're sitting at. We're acquaintance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. But that's what we're looking at, and we will get started with our first match of the season, and that is coming up against Harrogate, a team that we had some struggles with last year, and this is our starting lineup for this season, the 2023-2024 season. Elliot Justin remains in net, as we have not been able, my scouts have not been able to bring me a better goaltender than him so far. Kelly Evans remains out on the right back. Luke Waterfall is now our captain, with Brundle moving on, and he retains his position in center D, though he's getting up there in age. John makes his debut. Christopher Mandela John makes his debut for us at the center defense. He's fine for his fitness request. Nato Antoine resumes his role on the left. We will bump him up to be more attacking, though, to get forward here, and we'll keep him on support. Jack McCourt comes in at the central defensive position as our ball-winning center defender. Charlie Adams moves up into the center mid position, and Evan Press comes in to play as Metzgala. He'll be bumping back and forth into D and into that midfield right now. Once Steele comes back in, then Press will drop back. Curry will start out on the right hand side. Dowling has had a pretty impressive preseason, so he will get the start out on attacking the left. And McCallum, who did well for us last year, stepping in after Wilson got injured, will start as our striker. As we start with our season opener, our home opener here against Harrogate, and hope to get a good start. Like I said last season, I thought we performed quite well once I took in charge. Despite my job being in threat, we kept moving up. And if we didn't have such a bad start from the previous manager for that first few months, then we probably would have been into a playoff spot. And so hopefully we can get off to a good start here and keep that momentum going through, as we did end last season fairly well. But here we are, off to the races here against Harrogate for our first game of this new season. So far, we've had the one shot on target. We've been mostly on the attack here against them. Waterfall is already taking a gash to his lower leg. We'll see if he can hold on until halftime. First highlight is a Harrogate free kick. Falkenham steps up, plays it short to the top of the box, and Woolery scores from long range. So many times we are in games and it's just these strikes from way out that they just happen to hit sweetly and get into the top corners that gets us, usually from those long range ones. And then if we push up, they will get in behind us. Their first shot on net, and it goes in. Their only shot attempt too. Waterfall will get it up to Curry, who will pass it back to Press. Press will carry it and put it out to Kelly Evans, who will flick it over into Curry. Curry will take it down that right-hand side, will dribble it in and almost dribble it right into the front of the net, but he gets the shot blocked, and now we have a corner, which Dowling will take. Dowling will cross that in. John can't get to it, and now Harrogate might be out on the counter here. Evans brings him down. That's going to be a yellow card for Kelly Evans here. A professional foul, but we continue to be got a higher XG, a little bit more on the chances guys, but just unable to put them in, which really was the story for us last year as well. Hence why we were looking for a striker and couldn't really find one, as McCallum ends up having not the best of game. We expect to see a much better showing. We will make a change, bringing off Waterfall because he's injured. And we will drop Press back into that defensive position, and we will bring in Sagaf in as the Metzgala role there, and that is the change that we will make going into this half. And we will be looking at our attackers here, probably to be taken off if things don't improve soon here. And so far, nothing else has been happening for us in the second half. Curry has been looking really good for us on the right-hand side. It might be about time to move him up front for McCallum pretty soon here. Another free kick, though. Falkenham will launch it in, and Burrell will beat everyone to it. And we're going to berate the team because that is not been a very good performance. Falkingham will just put it in. Burrell will beat two of our defenders in there, but more particularly Kelly Evans gets beat in the air. And so we're going to have to make some changes here in the 65th minute. Darling to cite a good preseason, and we didn't play like slouches in the preseason. We played Sheffield United. We beat Nottingham Forest. We played good teams, but he is just not showing it here today. There's only so much I can do here. We're going to bring Curry up front as the pressing forward. And I guess we'll bring in Denenga for McCallum, who also hasn't been good as an inside forward. And I guess those are the only... No, that's just one change we made. I think we're going to leave it at that for now and see what that does. If Curry can get something going for us up front. But things have not been looking great for us. But we do have a throw-in. Zagaf will throw it into Denenga, who keeps a hold of the ball. Will cross it into Curry. Will get the head on it, and it goes just over the net. Darling is now on a 6.1, so we are going to have to do something about that. All right. Denenga's going out to the left. Curry's going to have to drop back into the right. And Scott Wilson will come in as striker. And that's what we'll do. Though we are running out of time here, we are going to go attacking. We are going to push... Oh, we are high up. I'm going to push the striker higher up. And try to get something going here. At least get a goal in. Like, it's been our attackers who have really let us down. Other than Curry, he's been playing well. But they've really let us down here. Zagaf with a throw-in. We'll throw it back to McCourt, who will keep a hold of the ball. McCourt will carry in. He's got lots of space, and he shoots it, kind of, but not even close. And that is going to be a very disappointing end for our game. Though there is one more highlight. It might become even more disappointing as Woolery throws it into Charsley, back to Perry. Harrigan on the attack here. Taylor will flick it out to Clark. They have a nice passing play here. And Kay will just put it into the net. And we'll go down 3-1 to Harrogate. Press was not good once we moved him back into that center defensive position. Midfield has been not great at keeping a hold of the ball for us. Our strikers haven't been clinical enough. Waterfall was doing well back there, but then his injury had to bring him off, and we have been out of the game since then. Very poor performance. I'd say, yeah, very poor performance, very disappointing. I felt optimistic about this season with some of the signings we made. Though, to be fair, our two best signings are injured, and so couldn't make the start of this game. How long is Waterfall out for? 9 to 2 weeks. And John was pretty good for us. He was probably our most impressive debutant there as well. Well, we will hopefully be able to turn around in these coming weeks here. We will come back for our match against Chorley, and we'll play... we'll play Maidenhead before that, who have just been relegated down. So, Maidenhead and Chorley will be our next game together. I hope you enjoy that video. Like the video for the start of our new season here. Let me know how you feel about our transfer market so far. Subscribe to the channel so you know when those videos are coming out, and we will see you next time on Up the Ladder.